Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post, where we bring you in-depth daily coverage of your Green Bay Packers. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode. We have new shows dropping every day, Monday through Friday. Today, we're going to discuss a potential replacement for Jaire Alexander that really could make sense for the Green Bay Packers. And when I say a potential replacement, I am not saying this player will play at the same level that a healthy Jaire Alexander has played at in the past. I'm not even saying he would necessarily start right away, but I think he would give the Packers something they definitely lack right now, and that is more depth and more experience at the cornerback position. If you look at what they have right now, there realistically are only 4 players on this roster with experience at cornerback, and one of them only has 1 year's worth of experience. You have Keyshawn Nixon, Nate Hobbs, and Carrington Valentine as your top 3 on the perimeter, and then Hobbs and Javon Bullard kind of have been battling for slot corner positioning, and that's 4 deep, really. Now, how I wouldn't say desperate, but at OTAs on Tuesday, Bo Melton, the Packers wide receiver, taking reps, a good number of reps at corner. It's kind of an experimental thing, but it clearly shows Melton may be the odd man out when it comes to the deep wide receiver room after the draft, and B, that the Packers are looking for more help at wide receiver. And Brian Gutekunst, maybe he thought he would keep Jaire Alexander. Maybe he thought there would be a trade that would bring in another cornerback. He didn't draft a corner until the 7th round when he added Micah Robinson. So one player who's out there that I think really could fit the Packers well is a familiar face, and that is veteran Rasul Douglas. He is unsigned right now. He's a free agent. He spent part of 3 seasons with the Packers. They signed him off the Cardinals practice squad in 2021, ironically, when Eric Stokes and Jaire Alexander went down with some injuries at different times. Made his first interception with the Pack in Week 8 against the Cardinals. It helped clinch the win. It came in the final seconds of the game. And at that time, the Cardinals were unbeaten, and it was on national television. So it was a win-win, big interception for Douglas. In 12 games with the Packers that year, he picked off 5 passes, 2 of them being pick sixes, and opposing quarterbacks completed just 50% of their passes when throwing to receivers covered by Douglas, according to ProFootballReference.com. And their quarterback rating was a ridiculously low 44.5. Now, Douglas stayed with the Pack in 2022, had 4 more interceptions, started 12 games, played in all 17, and then in 2023, he started the season in Green Bay for 7 games, and then they traded him at the trade deadline to Buffalo. At that point, the Packers kind of figuring they were not going to make the playoffs that year. Then they trade him, get hot, and they do make the playoffs that year. And, Douglas played well for Buffalo for the rest of the 2023 season, intercepted a total of 5 passes, 1 with the Packers, 4 with the Bills that year. But last year, 2024, he struggled. He had an off year, no doubt about that. He didn't make any interceptions, and opposing quarterbacks completed almost 73% of their passes and had a quarterback rating of 122.0. So clearly, last year, not a great year. Now, he is 29 years old. He still should have a couple of good years left. And let's face it, if you sign him and you bring him in to training camp and he doesn't have it anymore, you let him go, and all it costs you is whatever the signing bonus is going to be. So I think it would be one of those low-risk moves that could very well net you an experienced rotational player, a guy who could play in the nickel or the dime. And certainly injuries always a part of the NFL. They're inevitable. And if anyone went down right now the Packers just lack experienced depth. So, I mean, is Rasul Douglas going to come in and be the next Pro Bowl cornerback for the Packers? No. Could he be a helpful piece that gives them valuable experience and depth at the corner room and a guy who could step in and start if necessary? Yes, he could. But obviously, Gutekunst and Douglas's agent would have to reach an agreement, get on the same page, and sign a deal. But I would not be surprised if push comes to shove that Brian Gutekunst does bring in a new cornerback, an experienced cornerback, whether it's via trade, whether it's as free agent before the start of the season. And it could even wait possibly until final cuts are made in August before week 1. You have, a week and a half, 2 weeks in between those cuts and the start of the season. It wouldn't shock me at all if Green Bay makes a move sometime between now and then, but I would certainly prefer making the move sooner so that the new player comes in, learns Jeff Hafley's system, and adjusts to playing in Green Bay, learns his teammates' habits and where they are on the field and all of those things. So we'll see whether or not Douglas is indeed signed, but I think it would certainly make sense. Don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com. We have new articles Monday through Saturday giving you in-depth coverage of the Packers. Hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode here on YouTube of the Daily Packers Post. Have a great day, everybody. Stay safe. And of course, go Pack Go.